Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week on For All Things Lexington. It's the only show dedicated to Lexington, South Carolina. Here, you'll hear me talk to people, groups, bands, and organizations about where to go, what to do, and who's who in and all around our beautiful Lake Murray. I'm your host, Angela Barrett, and this is For All Things Lexington.
The For All Things Lexington podcast has been brought to you in part by...
I enjoy listening to the Talking South Carolina podcast in my car, at work, or all cozy and warm at home on a cool South Carolina day. You should too. Check out the podcast and Angela Barrett at talkingsouthcarolina.com.
Hey guys, thanks so much for being with me today. This is exciting.
Well, thank you very much for having us. I'm Anthony with Special Olympics.
And I'm Travis Luthren, and thank you so very much for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this. So now, Travis, in 2014, you won 2 gold medals, right? At Special Olympics USA, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And that was for what?
That was for swimming.
Yeah. Now, were there 2 different, explain, I know there are different types of swimming events, but what were your 2 gold medals for?
One in the backstroke and one for the freestyle. But the backstroke is a personal history with me, because from the very beginning, backstroke was very hard for me. So I have improved from the period of time.
Well, I was going to say, now the backstroke's hard for anybody because I always think that I'm going to bump my head when I get to the other end of the pool, and you're like, so you don't want to really keep going. But that is a hard one. Congratulations. How fantastic. Now,
Thank you, man.
tell me about that experience there at the Olympics. How was that?
It well, put it this way, it was phenomenal. It was a great experience for me, because I was with my peers. One of my swimming, one of my coaches, he was there as well, and what I experienced, that my aunt and my mom, they were there as well and supported me, and to feel that the emotions from my mom was we'll put it, my mom is my biggest cheerleader.
I bet.
As he knows, my personal history with the backstroke from the very, very beginning, since 1997, the backstroke was so hard for me back then. And in the year of 2014, my own mom was more than proud that I incorporated the backstroke.
Oh yes, absolutely. And again, congratulations. Now, when did you start swimming?
Well, I started in 1997.
And how old were you?
Well, right now I'm 35.
How old were you when you started swimming?
Oh, sorry. I was 8 years old. You have to be 8 years old to be able to compete.
And so, how did you learn to swim? Who taught you?
Well, this is a very touching subject, but one of my coworkers that that works with me. Her name is Miss Sue Maynard. And Miss Sue was the one that taught me to how to swim.
Oh, wow. That's great. So now, that was not your first Olympics, was it, or was it?
Uh, in 2014, that was my first.
Oh, wow. That is a big accomplishment. 2 golds. Fantastic. Now,
Thank you.
I understand you like to go polar plunging.
Most definitely, I should do. It is a great event. We have um, probably, uh, 10,000 of people that goes out and get in the very cold, the cold water.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you. Well, yeah, you like that kind of stuff. I'm just going to tell you now, no, I don't.
Hmm.
But now, how many of those have you done? Because you don't just do them here. You go other places and do them too, right?
That is correct. But I've been doing the polar plunge, probably doing the t- um probably doing the 2010s and the 2000 timeline.
Wow. So now, what would you say was the coldest one you ever did?
Well, the very, very first one was um at at Parley's Island. There's a pub down in at Parley's Island, and that was the very first um that was so cold,
Yeah.
so cold to me.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that had to be cold. And you know what? My hat is off to you because no, thank you. I can't do the cold water. Now when you came home from the Olympics in 2014, you started a program called Tip a Cop. What was that all about?
Um, well, that's a good question. Typical. Well, um, with Special Olympics, we have a lot of law enforcement, and the law enforcement and Special Olympics and the athletes, we are combined a special relationship. And and one of the law enforcement, me and the person with law enforcement, I just these I decided to do a tip cup where there was a restaurant in my old stopping ground called um 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 called Stone Fire American Grill right near in Pontiac in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. And so where the Tip a Cop, the money that you raised in that program, where did it go for?
It goes for it goes for straight me to the law enforcement program.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Now, does that program still exist?
Yes, it does.
Oh, nice.
We always host typical events. Uh, we done Red Lobster. We done Krispy Kreme. We done Clover the Cruiser at CCF Pizza.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to
Those are the
CC.
ones that we did in the past, and now we have expanded the law enforcement program, and we're always doing some new and creative law enforcement events.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. That's a great program, and good for you for including them and some extra thank you. Um, Now you're actually now an employee of the South Carolina Special Olympics, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And as a program associate, is that right?
Most definitely that is correct.
Okay. Now, what does a program associate do? What do you do? What's your job?
Well, that's a good question. I well, put it this way, I do a little bit of everything. Let me give you some examples.
Okay.
My main sh- my main job is to do fundraising in the community.
Mhm.
I also do I write personal thank yous to everyone that donated that owns a company, and I most definitely go around to different types of events that requires for me to be to speak on TV type engagement. So I do that,
Mhm.
and I pretty much do every event when I get a phone call from my boss that says that we need you.
So, who's your boss?
Well, there's two. The CEO of Special Olympics, Mr. Barry Coates,
Mhm.
and the Vice President, Miss Sue Maynard.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, they're lucky to have you. Now is it
Yes.
you?
Oh, and here's what. And here's what. So, understand about those two. Those two has a personal background with me. The CEO and the vice president has been knowing me since I was um s- 7 years old in the year of 1998.
Oh, wow. Now, how did they know you that far back?
Well, because because Miss Sue um was the one that taught me how to swim, and the CEO, Mr. Barry Coates, the old location where they used to be was downtown in downtown Columbia, and during that time, my mom, she wanted me to be involved with Special Olympics, and then that's where I first met Barry Coates, and the both of them has been there for me from the very beginning.
Oh, how sweet. And that's what a nice relationship, though. That's great. And let me ask you this. You're the director of community outreach, right?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been here for 6 years. It's been the most rewarding job I've ever had. I don't know how it is that I ever had a job that I didn't like because it just seems impossible. I come to work every day looking forward to actually interacting with not only my coworkers, but in particular the athletes. There's just such joy here. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's just
No, yeah, that's fantastic. I know everybody and their brothers and sisters would wish for that. I mean, that's the perfect job. Now, what's the biggest part of your job? What is it? It's the glue, I guess, for you.
sure. Well, for me, my job is to try and secure volunteers because we need just a bunch of folks at all of our events. And then certainly we like to have folks come out to help us when we have small groups of athletes getting together to either do a supporting training session, or coaches also need to be part of our family. We'd like to think that our volunteers are family, because without them, we could not continue to offer our programs and our competitions. So yes, that's the biggest part of my job here. But the most fun and most rewarding aspect is getting to interact with the athletes, which I get to do with both Ashley, a coworker of ours, and Travis on a weekly basis. And yeah, it's just a very fun thing. So it's a great
Fun.
Now, Travis, let me ask you this. You started a program called Walk This Way, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And now tell me a little bit about this program. What is the program? What's it do?
Well, okay. Well, the program is this. During the years, my coworker, Mr. Anthony, got me involved. Like going outside to take a walk, to and to be and for me to eat right, and for me to be able to work out. But be honest with you, I've been through quite a few things in my life. Yes, I was obese. Yes, I was overweight. I didn't care about my health. I didn't understand the food that I eat every single day. And I was on so many different types of medication. Like I took pills for my gout history. I I had a good medication, but because I had some type of surgery inside my chest, and that's why that I started this program, and it's very dear to me. And I just want people to know and learn what if you go outside and walk, it can help you.
Right.
And
So through that, you've lost like 79 pounds, I understand, right?
96 pounds.
Oh, wow. Okay. Excuse me. Well, congratulations on that as well. So, would you say, I guess, your health with the help of Anthony has probably was probably what made you start this program?
Yes, that is correct. His personal background, he used to own Anytime Fitness. He's a triathlon guy that and he's been doing that way before he came along to me and came along to this company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quite the athlete.
Well, Travis is giving me far too much credit. It should be noted that while it was true, I was there, I was only an assistant. It was Travis who did everything. His level of dedication was very clear, not exactly from the start. He needed some encouragement. At first, it was very difficult to get him out because he would have difficulty just walking up a flight of stairs.
Oh, sure.
Did have some terrible reflux, as he mentioned, and he now no longer takes his medication because with the loss of weight and the more healthy choices, what he's eating, he's sleeping better. He has far better cardiovascular health. And yes, I'd like to think he's going to live a much longer and happier life as a result.
Yes, that's correct. And I've got to mention this to you, but my doctor from my mom's company. His name is Nate Stalker. And Nate said to me, that okay, we'll put it. He sat down and he gave me a good look at me, and he talked to me and encouraged me to eat the right stuff. He helped me to take my to tell me that I need to walk. He was the one that pretty much to give me the tools to pass it along to my coworker. And Nate Starker is very dear to me. And I can thank him in the way that he had helped me. I had enough of a support system. And those three people is my doctor, Nate Stalker, my coworker, Mr. Anthony Buzzetti, and the very last one, my own mom, Miss Susan R. Luthren.
Yeah, well, that's a fantastic support system, by the way. And good for you for doing the work. And now I understand you've become quite the what's the word I'm looking for? You go around and talk to people about their health and encourage them to walk, which I guess is part of this Walk With Me program.
That is correct.
And so when you go around and you speak with these people, do you tell them not only is it important to do the walking and eating correctly, but to have the support system as well? Because I think that's a big part of it, don't you?
Most definitely. Well, if you don't have a support system from the very beginning and during the lifetime, you always need a support system. Well, because if you don't, then how will you do the work?
Right, right. And so now tell me about this going around and talking to, I guess, different schools or different organizations. Do they reach out to you and say, hey, come walk with Travis today with us? Or how's it work?
Well, that's a good question. They call my coworker, and my coworker makes the appointments, and and he comes and picks me up from my house, and we go to their place of business, and he also takes me to all the schools in the District of South Carolina.
Oh, nice. And so, Anthony, answer me this: if somebody, like, let's say an office, come January, everybody's going to be, on this health kick. So, they want, somebody to come in and encourage, I don't know, once a month, once every other week, they just reach out to you and try to work that out.
Yes, ma'am. I think it could be said that I am Travis's booking agent, and one of my jobs is to certainly make sure that we know and that we let folks know who are interested that we're happy to come out and be with them. And we'll certainly work around their schedule. Like, yes, we have a relationship with any number of schools. Lugoff, Elgin High School comes to mind, River Bluff High School here.
Right.
We've got a couple of middle schools and elementary schools. Dominion Energy is a partner.
Yeah, I did see that.
We are more than happy to join. And what we're trying to do is really just inspire folks, allow them to see that, getting in shape or taking control of your health, while it may be somewhat tedious, can also be fun, especially when done in a group setting. And so it's just a fun event. We try and emphasize the fact that it's not as hard as it seems, but yet we're all there to support one another. And so I'd like to think it works pretty well. And we've got engagements. We've got a big walk coming up. It's November the 25th, our Saluda sleigh bell trot, and we're really looking forward to that. So
Yes. I mean, most certainly that is correct. But would it be okay? Can I share my personal with the program that I started? If I may.
Absolutely, because I was going to ask you when you started and, like how long this is taking you to do all that. So to definitely tell me that.
Well, to be honest with you, diabetes runs in the family, and the other half, there's a lot of alcohol,
Mhm.
and and when it comes to alcohol, it's very, very personal history of mine. Well, because I just lost a parent.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, thank you. But that's why I took control what I need to take care of. But because I don't want my history to go to the next generation in my family to have those two family backgrounds that I grew up with from my generation.
Right. And so when did you start? How long has this taken? So when did you start your journey to get healthier and lose weight?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. Probably 2022, 2023.
it was actually January 11th, 2022. So we took our very first formal walk on that day. And
Nice.
it was a cool
So
day.
22, so just a little over 2 years.
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
So, perfect way to do it though is from what all I've read and heard and been told, nice and steady and slow, is a good way. And so tell me in this group, I think, tell me what the Rainbow Gang is. There's a
Um, okay. Well, the Rainbow Gang is a group where individuals like me, um, they um they provide um um things in the community in Anderson in South Carolina, and they provide my coworker could tell you what they do, but they're located in Anderson, South Carolina, and can you please
Sure. It's a group of individuals, adults with intellectual disabilities from Anderson. They are, I guess they're headed up, if you will, by Kathy Schofield and Tessa Hilly. And together, this group meets on a daily basis. They attend events, they perform their own events, they have a spring Special Olympics games. It's a very active group, and they're great spokespersons for Special Olympics. So we're happy to have them as part of the Special Olympics family. I believe there are approximately 17 athletes, and they participate in tennis and pickleball, bowling, and bocce. And they're just a fun gang, as the name would imply, the Rainbow Gang. And oftentimes you'll see them arriving in their Rainbow Gang bus, and they just make things more exciting and fun when they're around.
Well, Travis, I think I saw, and how I got that was somewhere on Facebook. I think they were doing a walk with Travis, and I know they did some funny videos with you. And I saw a couple of them, I guess, in costumes. And again, that was how I knew about the Rainbow Gang. But that was kind of funny. That was great.
Well, yeah, well, thank you. And, but, yeah, what I learned from my coworker, you need to make it fun. You need to make it interesting. Well, because if you don't, how would it go out in the community?
That's right. I agree. Now, let me ask you this. For your event that's coming up, Saluda Shoals, November the 25th, I know that they can sign up, I guess, through you guys, or is it through Saluda Shoals?
We would prefer that they sign up through us because we're trying to create our own Special Olympics group. This is not our event. We must mention that this is a strictly running event done by the folks at Saluda Shoals at the Irmo Recreation Commission. But they've allowed us to be a partner, and so we're very excited about that. We'll have a big presence there at the race. Last year we had 77 of Travis' closest friends, and this year we hope to have as many as 140 or so.
Yes, that's correct. And, what he said, all my dear friends from the period of times, they, come and walk with me, and here's, and plus, here, what touched me, from the last time that we walked at that event, one of my, during my school years, my, eh, my, at Pontiac, and what put it? One of my school, my teacher came out,
Oh, nice.
and that was so inspiring for me. And so that's why that that all the people that came out, they cheer me on, and that's what it's all about, is to have people to come and walk, to enjoy the Christmas lights and people that has been a part of me through the beginning, through of every age that I was back then, and they all come and walk with me.
That is great. So that's what I was going to ask you. So if you sign up through you guys for the walk to walk with Travis, do I physically get to go and walk with Travis? I mean, is that what we do?
Yes, that is.
If you can keep up with him.
Well, now that might be the problem.
He has promised to better his personal best time from last year, so just be aware. He may be motoring his way along, so keeping up with him may not be
So it's a 5K, right? And so you're going to walk.
only 4.2 miles.
Oh, okay. So
A little bit longer than a 5.
right.
But it doesn't seem quite so long because, of course, you're walking among the Christmas lights, you're with friends, and, well, if it's not raining, it could be a very fun evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Travis, how many steps do you try to get to a day? What's your goal?
Well, my main goal is 10,000 steps per day.
Nice. And do you make that every day?
That is correct.
Nice. I tried that one time. I switched to a regular watch now. No special bells and whistles. Now, Travis, are you planning to go and participate in the Olympics again?
That is correct. If I get picked to go to the next games, but you have to get picked
Sure.
to go.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, I'll look forward to watching for that upcoming news when it's time to do that. Guys, I thank you so very much for being with me today. This has been very special. I have wanted to talk with somebody for a while now from the Special Olympics, and I'm so glad it was you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. That you were doing this, and it does help a great organization that's very dear to my heart forever and ever.
Oh, well, thank you. And I got one last question. Travis, why do they call you Mad Dog?
You just hit a soft spot. We'll put it this way. A very dear friend that takes me to bike weekend. I'm a big Harley Davidson fan, and how I got that nickname, Mad Dog. My bike is worse than my bike, so when I get not myself, I tend to net out my redhead temper. What is my background history? Most redhairs have a lot of temperaments, and that's what goes down in my family history.
That is funny. Well, that's a funny story, and thanks so much. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or know someone you'd like to see on the show, contact me at forallthingslexington.com. That's the number 4, allthingslexington.com.
And by Angela Barrett at HomeMattersSC.com. Building on what matters to you.